Hey, Geekscapists, I'm Christian Bladt from Geekscape News, the Geekscape Book Club, and Marvel Movie Talk, and I'm here with everything you need to know about Spider-Man Brand New Day in theaters July 31st. So, what's new with Spidey in this movie? Pretty much everything. But before we talk about this movie, let's remind you about the importance of the previous Tom Holland Spider-Man film, No Way Home, which of course featured the big screen returns of both Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire as their versions of Spider-Man. At the end of that movie, in order to save the multiverse, Peter asks Doctor Strange to cast a spell to make everyone forget about his identity. As a result, everyone not only forgot that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, even his best friends Ned and MJ don't know him. Presumably, Aunt May wouldn't even remember him, except for the fact that she also died in that movie. Now, some time has passed between these two movies, maybe as much as 4 years if Ned and MJ are about to graduate from MIT. The title of this movie, Brand New Day, is borrowed from a somewhat infamous story from 2008 in the comic books, which, by the way, we will be covering on the Geekscape Book Club after the movie is released. That story is in no way adapted here, but they share the concept of starting over with a completely clean slate. So, Peter is not going to have any of his Stark technology. No fancy suits, just the literal friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Dealing with street-level threats, including the return of the Scorpion, but we'll also see Tarantula and Tombstone. So what this boils down to is Spidey-level threats as opposed to Avengers-level crises. Someone we've never seen Spidey interact with on screen before is Frank Castle, the Punisher. We're getting that in this movie, which is appropriate since the character first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man number 129, and for years was best known as a supporting character for Spidey before he started hanging out with Daredevil. But the question about the on-screen version is, do they already know each other before this movie starts, or are we going to get a Spidey and Punisher meet cute? If you've seen the trailers and posters, you'll notice a whole bunch of red ninjas. They're members of the Hand. We've seen them before in the Netflix version of Daredevil and the Defenders crossover series. The Hand refers to an ancient mystical clan of these red-clad ninjas, and again, they are traditionally associated with Daredevil, but they're clearly one of the major threats in this film. The trailers have let us know that Peter's powers are going through a mutation, which appears to be borrowed from 2005 and 2006, The Other in the comic books, where Peter faces a terminal disease that causes his superpowers to wildly mutate and fail. To survive, he's forced to fully embrace the primal, supernatural spider totem side of his origin, resulting in biological changes like organic web shooters, which we saw from Tobey Maguire in the Sam Raimi films, stings, and literal cocooning. Hard to say how much of that we will get here in this film, but the possibilities are endless. One of the biggest mysteries surrounding this movie is who is the character being played by Stranger Things star Sadie Sink. There's a lot of theories, and a huge contingent of the internet wants to believe that she's playing founding member of the X-Men, Jean Grey, first known as Marvel Girl and sometimes known as Phoenix. But feel free to come back to this video and laugh at me after you see the movie. But I'm saying there is no way that the character of Jean Grey will be reintroduced in a Sony-produced Marvel movie. I think it's much more likely she's another long-established redhead, the actual Mary Jane Watson, because if you remember from Spider-Man Homecoming, this MJ's first name is Michelle, so it's not actually the same character. Equally likely, this is a completely different character who just happens to have red hair. Apart from all of that, you need to know that this movie is 2 hours and 25 minutes, so you probably need a game plan for all your snack and bathroom needs. Just like all of you, I couldn't be more excited to see Spider-Man Brand New Day when it's in theaters on July 31st. And make sure you follow Marvel Movie Talk for all of our coverage on that movie and the amazing second season of X-Men 97 on Disney+. And please subscribe, like, and share everything you come across on Geekscape so you know whenever we're going live. But that's all the time we have for now. As the great Stan Lee would say, Excelsior!